Let us begin by listening about a story about Akbar and Birbal. I'm sure we've all heard about it, right? Well, one fine day, Akbar in his court decided to puzzle the people in his court. What did he do? He took a chalk and he drew a big line just like this. And then he challenged the people. He said, can anyone make this line shorter without erasing it? Well, all of the people were really confused. But Birbal came up and said, yes, I can do this. So Akbar said, prove it to me then. So you know what Birbal did? Well, he took a chalk and he drew a bigger line right next to Akbar's line. And he said, now look at your line. Isn't it shorter? Well, we've all heard about Akbar and Birbal's stories, but which empire did Akbar belong to? Well, he was a part of the famous Mughal Empire. The empire which continued from 1526 CE to 1857 CE. And it is one of the most famous empires in India. It is the third largest empire India has ever witnessed. As you can observe from this map, this is the extent of the Mughal Empire right here in our own subcontinent. But it is not only remembered for all of its administrative rules, it is also remembered for the famous kings that the Mughal Empire gave us. The Mughal Empire is remembered for the efficiency of its administration that the empire proved to the world, and also the extremely able rulers that it witnessed. So let us go and learn more about this Mughal Empire now. Well, you see, the Mughal Empire was established in India by Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur. When was it started? Well, in 1526 CE. So let us see how did he come to India and how did the Mughal Empire begin. Well, what is important to know is that Babur himself was a descendant from two very famous rulers. From his mother's side, he was a descendant of Genghis Khan, and from his father's side, he was a descendant of Timur Lenk. In fact, the word Mughal is also the Persian word for Mongol. So let us learn more about Babur now. Well, you see, when Babur was just 11 years old, he lost his father and he became the king of Farghana. But he was ousted from there by the other Uzbek tribes that were there at that point of time. Later on, he was able to conquer Samarkand twice. However, what happened was that he was ousted from there again by these same Uzbek tribes. So as you can see, the Mughals are actually coming to India from the Central Asian portion, right? Now, how did Babur get an opportunity to come to India? Well, you see, in India, Daulat Khan Lodi and Rana Sanga had heard about his administrative and his military capabilities. And so they decided they wanted to invite Babur to India so that they could together defeat Ibrahim Lodi, who was then Sultan of Delhi or the ruler of Delhi. So basically he was invited by these two men so that he could come here and defeat Ibrahim Lodi. What happened next? Well, after this, a very famous battle took place, which is known as the First Battle of Panipat in 1526. And what happened in this battle? Well, Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi at the First Battle of Panipat. Now, even though Ibrahim Lodi's army was very big as compared to Babur's army, how did Babur come to win this war? Well, the reasons for Babur's victory at the First Battle of Panipat in 1526 included the fact that Babur's army consisted of a trained cavalry and much more experienced soldiers as compared to Ibrahim Lodi's army. Not just that, Babur was a more competent military general as compared to Ibrahim Lodi, because Babur had already taken part in many military campaigns, right? So he was a much more competent military general. Another reason was that Babur's army used gunpowder through cannons, which came as a shock to Ibrahim Lodi. So this was new technology back then, and so it came as a shock to Ibrahim Lodi. So these were the three main reasons why Babur was able to defeat Ibrahim Lodi. Now what happened? Well, the two men who had invited Babur to India, Rana Sanga and Daulat Khan Lodi, they had expected Babur to just loot a part of India and then go back to his home, go back to his country. But Babur really surprised them by conquering Delhi and Agra and parts of it and establishing his independent rule in that area. So what happened next? Well, another battle took place in which Rana Sanga and Daulat Khan Lodi's joint forces attacked Babur's forces. This is known as the Battle of Kanwa, which took place 1 year later in 1527 CE. Now what happened in that Battle of Kanwa in 1527 CE? Babur came out victorious again. In the next year, 1528, he was able to capture the area of Chanderi. So in 1528, he was able to capture Chanderi from a Rajput ruler. Next year in 1529, again, he was able to capture this area of Ganga and Ghagra rivers confluence. So we can see how year after year he is able to conquer new places right here in India. However, the very next year in 1530, Babur died, and this is how his empire looked by the end of his reign. So far we have learned how the Mughal Empire was established in India. It was established by Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur in the year 1526 CE. So do you think the Mughal Empire came to an end right after Babur? Well, the answer is no, because we already know that the Mughal Empire ruled right here in India for more than 300 years. It was only replaced by the Britishers, right? So in the following video, we are going to learn about who came right after Babur. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. You can also register for free on DeltaStep.com or download the DeltaStep app and get easy access to more than 5,000 amazing videos as per your school syllabus. Master each topic with our adaptive practice technology. Get million+ questions with step-by-step solutions and unlimited mock tests. Get all your doubts resolved instantly. Learn via games and get a chance to win amazing prizes like PlayStations and iPads. So at DeltaStep, learning is not just fun and easy, it's rewarding too. So register for free now.